Hello there YouTube, this is Master of the Blue Eyes and I'm going to show you, well, my deck. This is not a competitive deck in any way, but it's mine and I love it. It's based around, well, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's a sort of a mix between a Kaiba slash Kaiba deck with my own added twists. Now bear in mind this deck is not in any sense completed yet. I still need to get a lot of cards. I still need to get a final Blue Eyes as well as my extra deck. But I will tell you about it in a minute when I show you the cards in my deck. I will make a second video today about this when I finally am able to, get the cards necessary. When I have completed it all. That might take a while. I'm also busy with a Burning Abyss competitive deck. I've been playing this game for a few years. 10 years so, and I still love it. I still love the old school Blue Eyes deck. Because, well, I love it. Kaiba was always one of my favorite characters. And I'm sure that I will make a new deck profile when I get to, I also have one Mech Lord Emperor, so maybe I'll do something with that. But it's really about the idea. So I want to continue with this. So let's begin and I'll show you the deck. First up is, two Blue Eyes White Dragon, one of my probably favorite cards. Like I said, I have no card sleeves, so I need to get those, and I don't have a third. I need a third really, really badly. Blue Eyes White Dragon has always been one of my favorite monsters, and I really want to continue with this deck, not for competitive use, but just for the use of, well, because it's so amazing. I love it. I want to make it my own thing. So in the end, I will tell you what kind of cards I might have. So next one, one Lajin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp. Because, well, 1800 attack points. I always liked Lajin. I always found it a cool monster. The concept of Genie reminds me a lot of Aladdin and The Return of Jafar, which is my favorite Disney movie. So that's why. Next up is one I got from the Reload deck, Alexandrite Dragon. 2000 attack points on level 4. That is just amazing. That's a really great card to have. No argument here. Oops. Dark Blade. I have a Pitch Dark Dragon, but I don't have a Dark Blade Dragonite. But I was thinking about putting in XYZ monsters, X-Head Cannon, White Dragon, that's Meltech, but I thought I would save that for a different deck and just go with Dark Blade, because, well, Dark Blade, the Pitch Dark Dragon, seems easier to summon, and I think XYZ just takes up a lot of my deck. When I'm talking about Xyz monster, I don't have an Xyz monster for this deck, but I will probably get one. I will tell you about that later. Next one, the Luster Dragon. 1900 attack point beater, just amazing, just an amazing card to have. Summon to your first turn, you're pretty much guaranteed to go by for a few turns. And finally, the final one of my normal monsters, the Wattail Dragon. I need a level 5 dragon. This was basically all I had. Well, not all of it. I have another one, but this one has high attack points. I can summon it with Ancient Rules and then return it to my hand with a Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. That's the strategy I used. Now, next one. Pitch Dark Dragon, which I use for Dark Blade and for Crush Guard, because I do have a Crush Guard in this deck. So that's why I do that. Next one, Desveral Imp, puts cards in my back in my deck. I love that, and it looks really cool. I always want one. Lord of D. I don't have Flute of Summoning Dragon because I feel like my deck is too clogged if I do that. But Lord of D has just an amazing effect in general, and it protects my dragon since the majority of my monsters are dragons. Next one, Different Dimension Dragon, also one of my favorite. Cannot be destroyed by any monster with 1900 or less attack points. Plus, he cannot be affected by the likes of Mirror Force or Lightning Vortex, because this card cannot be destroyed. Well, you know its effect, mostly you. It cannot be destroyed by any effect that does not specifically target him. So the likes of Mirror Force doesn't destroy it because it doesn't target him. Well, cards like Dimensional Prison and Sakurasa Armor do target him, but Mirror Force doesn't target a specific monster, it just says all monsters in attack mode. So Different Dimension Dragon in that case would be safe, which I think is pretty awesome. Next one, Kaiser Seahorse, because Blue Eyes and Kaiba used it, and Kaiman had it in his deck too, and I think it looks pretty cool. I have two just in case, not in my deck, but in case this one gets one, I have another. And finally, Paladin of White Dragon, just ritual monster with just a great effect. I love it. It's just truly an amazing card to have. And it summons my Blue Eyes, and it destroys face down monsters, preventing them from activating effects. So, time for my next one. The spell cards. Let's dig in. Burst Stream of Destruction. Not a bad card indeed. Good for blue eyes, but blue eyes can attack, but for that we have other cards. The Ancient Rules. I used it for... It's really useful to have an Ancient Rules in a deck like this, because... You know, Blue Eyes, White-tailed Dragon can be easily summoned with this, and then I can, for example, return to my hand with another card, which I will show you in a while. Shield Crush, I needed a card that destroy, and very face-down monsters are unknown and a real threat, in case of. So Shield Crush, never know, and it goes with my power deck. This is the card I meant, a Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. This magic card, in combination with Ancient Rules, worked for me really well. Because when Wingbeat of Giant Dragon is used, I can return a level 5 or higher dragon to my hand. And then destroy every spell and trap card on the field, which I did. I combined it mostly with Ancient Rules to summon, for example, Blue Eyes or White-tailed Dragon, and then return it to my hand to destroy every spell trap card. Then I sacrifice 2 monsters to summon it again, or 1 monster. Or I just do it the other way around. It works really well. Next one, Soul Exchange. I think this needs no explanation. It's a useful card. Stamping Destruction in place of Mystical Space Typhoon, because it destroys a card and deals damage, but I do have to have a dragon on the field, which most of the time isn't the problem. Shrink, no questions there. My favorite magic card, Pot of Greed. I still don't understand why this card is on the ban list. I just don't get it. It's just true cards. White Dragon Ritual, obviously, for Paladin of White Dragon. Premature Burial, because Monster Reborns are a worm, and I like Premature Burial for a challenge. And finally, Silent Doom, which is basically all the spells there. Now, finally, I have the trap cards, so I'm going to go through them really quick. Call of the Haunted. Yeah, you just need to have a Call of the Haunted, I think. Shadow Spell is really useful for stopping your attack and not destroying it. And it doesn't stay on your field when the monster leaves, because this card leaves the field once that monster leaves. And Call of the Haunted can be kind of like dead weight in your spell trap card. So, Sakura's Armor, it's always good to have one, I think. Ring of Destruction. I don't have Ring of Defense in this deck because I found out that, and just recently, that Ring of Defense protects both players from damage, and that just doesn't work, I think. I don't understand why. I never figured it out. Mirror Force. Everyone's worst nightmare in the dueling scene. One just hates Mirror Force. It's like, surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, you can go play as we like. Amazing series. Crush Card Virus. This is a Japanese one because the English ones are expensive as hell. Really, it's expensive as hell. But Crush Card Virus is just an amazing card to have, just in case. Because your opponent has to reveal their hand, you know what their hand, so for the next 3 turns you kind of have know what kind of cards they have. Which gives you a little bit of, well, the advantage. And finally, Birthright, just for Blue Eyes. So, that's all. That's my deck. Now, the cards I still need to add are, for example, a Negate Attack, and I'm also thinking of doing the Crashbug archetype in this deck, just the 3 Crashbugs, and then overlay for Leviathan Dragon. Or maybe Terabyte. I'm not sure yet. So let me know what kind of cards I have and where I can get them for cheap, because in my country you can barely find any booster packs, and that's even speaking if you find some you need. So let me know where I can find some more booster packs and such, and we'll see. Thank you all for watching this video. This is Master of the Blue Eyes, and now I will see you all later. Bye, and thank you so much.